Let's speak about employee engagement first. What are your views regarding employee engagement?
Yeah. So let me just introduce myself, Roshni, first. I am a working professional for past 17 years. I have experience into diversified sectors. Talk about banking sector, IT sector, hospitality sector. Then I have worked with. I've been associated with now education sector for past almost 5 years, and after working with all these sectors, I realized that employee engagement is basically a very important part if we want to grow in the company, if the organization wants to grow actually. Why? Employee, as an employer, we need to take an employee as an asset of the company and not as a liability to the company. Why? An employee, if we keep engaging with the employee, if we talk about the employee satisfaction, I think if the employees are satisfied working with the organization, they will have a double the productivity. So that's how the organization keeps growing. And if we talk about employee engagement is what exactly? To keep engaging with the employee on and off basis, basically, so that we need to understand what are they thinking, what are their reviews on a particular, for example, talk about the insurance, medical insurance for all the employees in the organization. We need to have a proper discussion with the employees. We need to engage with the employees if they have a different mindset, what apart from what the management is thinking, so that we can take their views also into consideration, and then we can go ahead with any policies to be implemented in the organization. So employee engagement is an important factor for the employee satisfaction. Employee satisfaction in turn helps the growth of the organization much faster as compared where the employees are not happily working with the organization. So employee engagement is a very important factor.
Also, few researches show that the employees who are more engaged in an organization yield better results than the one who are not.
Absolutely. Exactly. So that is what I said. If the
Yeah.
employees are engaged with the organization in almost everything, I think we need to keep engaging with the, for example, employee trainings. We need to do refresher trainings with the employees so that we can upskill them. We should not, we should not expect from the employees that they will give us 200% productivity, or they will give the best of their job profile, or they will do the best of the job unless and until we will keep helping them with the refresher trainings. Every day there is something new in the market. Talk about the IT sector, talk about, there are so many apps have come across, there are so many now the every now India has become, across the globe we are becoming digitally equipped. So in case the employee who are working with us, we will not give them a proper trainings, how will they help us to grow? How will they help us to understand that yes, we are growing in a right way? Basically, the growth is doubles up actually if we are helping the employees and if we are engaging with the employees on each and every uh, scenario, in each and every scenario, be it anything we are doing with the employee engagement. For example, I'll just give you one more example. Celebrating birthdays in the organization. It's not about giving them a medical insurance or giving them the trainings, but also to make them happy, right? It's a feel good factor when we celebrate employees' birthdays, or it
Yes.
could be just sending up a message to them. So that is where the employee gets more engaged with the employer, because they feel important that yes, I am an important part of this organization. They're treating me like a family. Basically, when employee and employer are together, it is like a family. It's like a bond that should not be broken at any point of time. But in case if an employer fails to do any of such things, you know, somewhere the employee feels lonely, they feel isolated, and that's how they feel the need to switch over the jobs, because somewhere they're not satisfied, they're not happy, the inner peace is not there. It's not, the money, the salary part is important, I agree. But somewhere these things to make your employees feel special on certain engagements, on certain scenes, on certain incidents, this is very important to make employee a part of the organization. We hire the employee, hiring an employee doesn't mean that they are just a workers for us. They are a part of the organization. We should take them as a part of our families. And that's how the organizations grow. And IT sector, talk about Amazon, talk about Flipkart, why they are growing so in a rapid way, because they actually take care of the employees. Talk about Google has, I was reading, Google has, during this pandemic, Google has given lot of facilities to its employees. So this is what is called employee engagement and employee satisfaction.
Mhm.
And people are
Also,
working there for so long duration with the Google, with the Amazon. They are just growing in a rapid way, actually, much faster way as we compare to the smaller industries, smaller corporate industries.
mhm. Also, when we connect with the employees emotionally, it creates a sense of belongingness, I feel.
Absolutely, that's the reason.
Mhm.
Wishing them on a birthday, or if they're not keeping well, giving, helping them with the proper treatment, or sending them to a doctor, or just asking them to take rest for that particular day, go back home on before time. These things makes a belonging factor. A personal touch is there with the employee, with the employer, actually. So that is how the employee engagement is a very important part if you want the employee to be stable with you and work for a longer duration and give their best. These are
But
very important factors.
yeah, but what do you feel while like what are the challenges faced while doing this employee engagement, and how can we resolve it?
Yeah. See, having worked with so many sectors, to be honest, yes, there have been multiple challenges when it comes to employee engagement. At times, management doesn't want to do certain things for the employees, and at times employee doesn't agree to certain things which the management wants to do for them. So that is where the challenges arises. A mutual discussion, a win-win situation has to be there to solve these things. Basically, what the best, I'll just share the scenario with you.
Sure.
We were going through, employee, we wanted to start the refresher trainings for the employees. This is I'm talking about one of my hospitality sector organization. A long time ago, it was like 7 to 8 years ago. And we planned to set up a refresher trainings for the employees. However, talking about a thousand company employer, thousand employee company, it is very difficult to to do the refresher trainings in a day or two, because we have multiple employees pan India. Now the problem was the timings. We had to schedule those timings which should not touch the productivity of the day, as well as the employee should not have to stay back for those trainings. So it was very difficult for us to arrange those trainings. The reason behind, everybody was busy with their meetings, their scheduled day, actually their planned day. Because what happens when when you're working in an organization which is a huge setup, you have to plan your day a day prior to whatever you have to do next day. So there's the to-do list, there's a priority, we have to set up the priority of the work schedule. So accordingly, if a half an hour schedule has to be given to that particular training, that means we are picking up that half an hour out of the productive hour of the employee and giving the training session. Now, for example, if a particular employee is available for that particular period, the head of another department is not available. So collecting a group of people at the same time is one of the biggest challenge for these trainings. Then, uh, now if the group of people is available for those particular trainings for a particular period of time, the trainer is not available at times. Trainer has a different schedule all the way. The trainer a time trainer is busy in another meeting, the trainer is busy in another training session. So these were the challenges we were facing. Second, I'll just share this second scenario. There was an education industry where we wanted to do a medical insurance for all the employees. And, you know, the major challenge which I faced was there was a certain amount which was approved by the budget, which was approved by the management. However, if we talk about those particular facilities, which are medical facilities the employee will get in that particular medical insurance, they were not satisfied. The employees were not satisfied with those medical facilities. So somewhere the challenges are already there. Already we thought that this situation will arise. So what we did was to resolve this so that the employee also should be satisfied and the management should also be happily get engaged with this and approve the particular budget for this medical insurance. What we did was we called up the hospital HOD who were into medical insurance. They did up a session with all the employees. They explained all the facilities in detail. That's how the employees got satisfied. And yes, however, those facilities actually increased that budget, a bit of that budget also, which was already approved by the management. But then, when that hospital people explained to the management as well as to employees also, that this is what is going to get, this is what you are getting in this particular medical insurance budget, that is how both the parties got satisfied, and that is where we got a win-win situation. So it's better that as a HR, yes, we can handle these scenarios to some extent, but if we call the particular people who are already connected with this correct people, they are the right people to help the management, to help the employer and the employee to explain these details, which actually helps us in sorting out the issue. So that is how we sorted this medical insurance issue, and we got the medical insurance done for all the employees. And yes, they are happy for whatever facilities they are getting.
Okay, so
So these are the, I just shared two of the scenarios.
Yeah, please continue.
So I just shared two of the instances where we faced certain challenges with respect to the employee engagement, or what could be more challenge. The more there are multiple more, there are more to it. There are a lot of other challenges also, but these are the major two challenges which I actually faced in my two different organizations. However, it could be like, employee appraisals is one of the major challenge when it comes to the employee appraisal. Management approves something else, employee is not happy, they're not satisfied. Then again, the HR has to come in between. They have to run to the employer, they have to run to the employee. So, it's always running, and HR also always have to think a win-win situation about the organization and the employee, wherein they can satisfy and they can make both the parties happy actually. So this is the third scenario where always the HR is the person who is actually, always in a trouble position. The chair of a HR is always in a trouble if she or he is trying their best to make both the parties happy and satisfied. So employee engagement, yes, of course, biggest challenge I guess, biggest challenge, because we somewhere, as a HR, when we hire a person, we spend a lot of time in hiring actually. Then we spend a lot of time in inducting the employee, in training the employee as per the organization. And as a HR professional, we really think that no, this is the person who is really important for us. This resource, we cannot lose out on this resource, because he or she holds the best profile which actually suits us, our job requirements. So somewhere, as a HR, the HR people are the people who always think the benefit for the organization as well as for the employee. But they are the only people which are in trouble actually. So these are the major challenges basically while hiring, while appraising.
To conclude, I can say there should be, alignment of mindset and priority among the top management as well as the employees, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yes, there has to be alignment of the mindset. The mindset must match actually. The employer should understand the employee's mindset. They should consider their point of view as well. At the same point of time, the employees should be little flexible. So both ends should be little flexible. First of all, they should have a similar views on a particular topic. They should have a proper discussion. If there is a disagreement, they can have a proper discussion about it. For example, the head of the department of a particular department as well as the management. So they should have a proper discussion about whatever problems they are facing so that this can be sorted out in a proper way and in a smoother way also. Because at the end of the day, employers, the organizations cannot grow without the employees, and the employees cannot grow without an organization. So it has to be together. It's a thing which goes together. We need to hold hands together to grow.
Okay, so moving forward, what are some of the flexibilities that you should offer for work from home, like work life balance?
Exactly. Work life, you already said work life balance could be a work from home kind of situation. Now, in one of the organization, I'm just forgetting the organization name. It recently announced that during this pandemic, they are giving another Friday as a paid leave. All it. Amazon, I guess, or no, not Amazon, but there is another organization, a renowned organization, corporate company, who have announced another Friday to be a paid holiday during this pandemic. Because what they are understanding, they try to understand the management point of view here. The management says that as the employees, the people are already working from home 24/7, and they are locked down. They are under lockdown. They are at home. They're trapped actually at home for past 6 months. So they are getting stressed out. They are getting tired. They are getting restless. Though they are with the families, but at the same point of time, when you're not able to move out and completely stuck at home, obviously you will get frustrated, you will get stressed out, your mind, you get depressed also at times, and you become more hyper and anxiety comes into picture. Then you become more angry also at times. So in order to avoid such situations, they have given their employees another Friday along with Saturday, Sunday, so that the employee can relax for these 3 days, spend some time with the family, spend some me time also, because me time is also very important for any person, be it any individual. Me time is a must factor, because you know working for 4 days, spending time with the family for past 6 months, you're not getting that quality time for yourself where you can enjoy, where you can think and understand all the situations, and where you can work out on yourself. So for their me time, the organization has announced Friday uh, paid leave. This is one of the scenario for a work life balance. Another scenario, another thing I can, in an example in fact I can give you, what you can do is either you reduce the working hours. For example, if you're working Monday to Friday and Saturday to Sunday you can off, still if you talk about any sector, whether it's the corporate sector or whether it's the education sector, we are working 24/7. Something or the other comes up and we have to respond with immediate effect or within 24 hours, whether it is a Saturday or a Sunday. So I think the work timings can be reduced. For example, if you are working 9 to 6, it should become 9 to 4 or 10 to 5 kind of. 1 hour less from in the morning, 1 hour less from the in the evening, so that you can at least as an employer, as an employee, we can little bit relax. We can meditate, because at this point of time, believe me, Roshni, people are going for the meditation. People have started doing yoga because it gives you inner peace. It gives you a little bit of relaxation to your mind. So meditation is one of the very important factor. Or what best the organization can do, if you don't want to reduce the timings of work timing, work from 9 to 12 in the after 9 to 12 in the morning, then start their work from 3 to 6 p.m. or 3 to 7 p.m. And in between those 12 to 3, I think they should have fun learning activities, fun learning engagement with the employees, wherein they can do some kind of meditation workshops, or they can do some kind of, refresher training workshops. Refresher training workshops, and those refresher training work not exactly work related, but it could be like stress management workshops, or depression management workshops. So these workshops are important for any person, be it a child, be it a student, be it a young professional, or be it us also as an employee who have been working for so long. Everybody needs those kind of workshops at particular this point of time during pandemic. Why? It helps you channelize, internal channelization. It helps you to breathe in and breathe out, a mental relaxation. So these things we can help the employee for the work life balance also. At the same point of time, you know what you can do is, uh, if you don't want to consider all these things as well, then of course give Friday half day. If you don't want to give a Friday full day, give Friday half day, and then Saturday Sunday obviously off. Or I would rather suggest, which we cannot do anything. It's we are so used to, it's a habit. It's it's in the blood now that we have to work 24/7, be it Saturday or Sunday. So we can't stop working. Our brain doesn't stop working. Our body might get it stops working for some time, but the brain will keep working 24/7. So we keep thinking about a particular job. How can we make it more productive, and the employer will make it keep thinking, how can we get more work from the employee actually during this pandemic as well. Though there are certain organizations who have actually understood the importance of one's life actually, how important the employer is, how important the employees, whether it's the education sector or whether it is any corporate sector. For example, the IT companies have announced, I think most of the bigger IT companies, they have announced 5 years work from home, directly 5 years work from home. There are companies who are working work from home till next year 21, next year 21. So I think more or less organizations, if you talk about the management, employer, they have also realized that yes, how important the employee is for them. So I think these are the most of the examples which we can help our employee in for their work-life balance also, and at the same point of time to help them to de-stress themselves, to meditate them, for their inner peace, for their happiness also. And at the same point of time, employees also have understood the importance of work culture, the office working culture, why going to office is important. And because of the fact, if you think today's scenario, 6 months is not a small, duration of time when you are stuck at home, not moving out, not seeing your friends, not able to see your colleagues. Though you might be having Zoom meetings, video call meetings every now and then, but these Zoom meetings are again giving us pressure. All the time, your eyes are getting affected, your vision is getting affected. Somewhere your brain, your mind is getting affected. It is under pressure all the time. That yes, now this video call, now this video meeting, now this particular webinar or a workshop I have to attend. So we are so pressurized, in fact, while working from this with respect to this digital working kind of thing. So I think the best way for a work-life balance is a hybrid solution, wherein we go to office for 3 days and for 2 days we work from home. The best work-life balance is this actually. 3 days go to office, spend some time in the office with your colleagues, with your friends, talk to them in your free time, and work from home for 2 days is the best work life balance I can say. There are companies who are doing that, they have started doing that, and I'm sure slowly, steadily, the entire globe will start working in such a manner. In fact, the education sector is also, going to develop such a solution, solution, wherein students or the teachers or the admin staff can go to school or go to office for 3 days and 2 days work from home scenario. This is the best way.
So, considering this COVID-19 pandemic, we can say everyone, a small child, old age people, or say employees like us, all are affected mentally, financially, as well as emotionally. So, I guess
Absolutely.
So I guess meditation would be the best solution because
The
it
meditation
provides
is the
space.
best. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Do meditate. Meditate is the best solution. What you can do is either meditate, or when whilst you are meditating, half an hour meditation is enough. Then go ahead, listen to some nice music, have a cup of coffee, sit for a while, and spend some me time. The most important factor is spend some me time.
Yes.
But it's very important during this pandemic. So these three things are very important. Spend some me time and the meditation, listening to music, because music also helps you in relieving the stress and depression.
Yes. Yes. And also, the Zoom meetings and Google meetings are creating a exhaustion. Because a
Absolutely, as I
humanly
said,
touch is missing.
human touch is missing. That's where I said, that's the reason I said this. I understand that we are all trying to be digitally equipped, but they are, something is missing. Why we are not able to meet our friends or colleagues physically, which
Yeah.
actually hampers the growth of the mindset. Though we have the Zoom meetings, we can talk to them at any point of time, but how many Zoom meetings you can do in a day, right? How many it's going to be, it's like every half an hour we are doing Zoom meetings, every half an hour we are doing workshops, or something or the other we are doing. We are on the video calls, right?
Hmm.
Either we are explaining our team how to go about it, either we are talking to the employer or our heads of the department. So, but that that personal touch is missing, that physical touch is missing. Be it a
Mhm.
student or be it an employer like us or be it an employee like us, students are also missing that personal touch with the teacher when they have a physical bonding with the teacher. That is missing actually.
Yes.
So that is more important. That is the reason the hybrid solution is the best solution. I already said that hybrid is the best solution, where in 2 days work from home and 3 days go to office, to have that kind of personal bonding with each and every person.
Yes, yes. I think definitely, I mean, everyone would be looking forward for this hybrid solution. Also, I heard somewhere that a
Absolutely.
company is implementing alternate days. Like an employee has to come, or suppose they are coming Monday on an office, and Tuesday
Yes,
they will be having
right.
work from home. So that is also a very
Work
apt
from yeah.
solution.
So
Huh.
similar kind of solution, where 3 days you go to office and 2 days work from home. So Monday you go to office, Tuesday stay at home, Wednesday go to office, and then Thursday work from home. Then Friday go to office, and Saturday Sunday you have a proper weekend. But
Yes.
proper weekend for us as employers or employee, be it an employer or employee, be it a student, we cannot stop working. Be it a Saturday Sunday even. We are so habitual of working on a Saturday Sunday even.
So true, so true.
So but yes, I think this pandemic has we have learned a lot from this pandemic situation. We have learned that every person is important, every life is important, the me time is important, meditation is important, physical touch, the personal bonding is important between two people. So, and the most important factor, health is
Yes.
important. You can't neglect, be it your physical health or be it your mental health. You just can't neglect your health. If you are not healthy, mentally or physically, you would not be able to cope up with any kind of situation.
Mhm.
So you need to take care of your health, the most important factor.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.